Do you remember when Andrew Tate said depression is not real?
I don't believe depression as a clinical disease is real, no.
Really?
Correct.
Well, that was me, but with autism.
I am not very open about my diagnosis, and that is mainly because I don't really believe in said diagnosis.
Now, the reason why I did not believe in autism was because whenever I looked at like the definition of autism and I looked at like what makes someone autistic, usually the difference between autistic people and normies that I received, like the information about what sets autistic people from the normies apart, was
most people have invisible social software running in the background. It reads body language, tone, facial expressions, and tells you stuff like when to change the subject if people seem bored, or maybe don't bring up dinosaurs during the funeral. But for people with Asperger's, that social software isn't installed by default. Instead, they learn it manually, like installing Windows 98 from a CD-ROM.
That autistic people have to be trained social skills. They have to learn social skills, and normies just know them instinctively. Normies are just born with them, and autistic people have to like download the special software and like learn the social skills on their own. And I was like, well, if that is the case, then everyone is autistic, because everyone has to learn social skills. Like, do you remember the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, where everyone became socially awkward as a result and everyone had to learn social skills after the pandemic happened? That means that when people were isolated due to lockdowns, they all lost the ability to learn social skills. And so people have to go outside and people have to be with other people to learn social skills. And so nobody is born automatically knowing social skills. Nobody is born knowing social skills instinctively. And so everyone has to learn social skills. And so if having to learn social skills is what makes you autistic, then I'm like, then everyone is autistic. So then autism should not be a diagnosis. Autism should be just what makes us all human. We all are autistic. We all have autism. Until one day, I realized that they were all wrong. Now, I am not a doctor, but what I'm about to tell you is based on my observations. And what I have discovered through my observations is what I am teaching in the course that I have created, the Safe Space, which you can find in the description. But basically, the idea is that while everyone has to learn social skills, the difference between autistic and neurotypical people is that autistic people learn social skills manually, and neurotypical people learn social skills automatically. So everyone has to learn social skills. Nobody just knows them instinctively. But the difference between autistic people and not autistic people is in how you learn. You see, neurotypical people just have this like algorithm in their brain where they just have to spend time with other people, and then like this deep learning algorithm like observes and absorbs the behavior of other people through some kind of osmosis, and that is how neurotypical people learn social skills. Whereas autistic people have to be explicitly taught social skills. And the reason why this is relevant is because so many people on the internet, they just tell you, oh, if you want to learn social skills, just go out there, just expose yourself with other people, which does not work for autistic people.
This is the biggest mistake people make. People who are socially anxious and have an atrophy of social skills because we exist on the internet think that I need to learn how to socialize before I go out. No, you don't. All you need to do is tolerate your feelings of social incompetence. That is the only thing that you need to do. The cool thing is that literally your brain will do the rest. So our brain is so amazing. It is so neuroplastic. It is an instinct to socialize. Children are never taught how to socialize. There are shortcomings in socialization if you don't have the right social environment, so that's there. But generally speaking, it's not like we have formal classes. We teach kids mathematics. We teach them how to hold objects. We don't formally teach them how to socialize because our brain is wired for it. So everyone thinks I need to figure out socialization. I need to know what the pieces of charisma are so I can start practicing them in private and I can show up rizzed out, whatever. You just need to show up. The brain will take over.
Now, I like Dr. K for the most part, but he is so, like, in this video, it is obvious that he is speaking squarely to a neurotypical demographic. Because this is exactly how neurotypicals work. This is how normies learn social skills. By just exposure, mere exposure, and then, like, their brains are plastic and whatever. But when you are autistic, you have to learn social skills the same way you learn math and science in school. You have to be like, you have to do this with your eyes, you have to do this with your mouse, you cannot do this, you have to do this. And this is something, once again, that I talk about in my course, so check out my course if you are more interested, and like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. And I will hopefully see you next time.